Thinking about the gym in a way that's self-productive is probably the most important thing that you can do. For example, if you're at a 60 kilogram bench press right now and you want to achieve an 80 kilogram bench by the end of the year, how would you do that? Well, you'd progressive overload, of course, but thinking about it in a simplistic way might actually be self-sabotaging your own progress. Now, what I mean by this is the fact that it takes time to understand the progression in the gym. It takes time to understand yourself and what pace you're currently going at. And what I mean by this is, how are you coping with the gym right now? Are you just speeding through the gym? Are you paying a lot of attention to detail in the gym? Are you tracking your lifts, your calories? Are you tracking the things that you need to be tracking? Because if you aren't, then you're clearly missing a point of the gym. If you truly want to make progress, you need to pay attention to the specific needs that your body is demanding you to have. This is just such an important thing that so many people misunderstand and gloss over in the gym. So the first thing you need to do is to check your points. Are you being objective with yourself? Are you looking at yourself in the mirror and checking your progress? Because objectively seeing your progress and seeing your progress in an egotistical way are two different things. For example, if you look at yourself and you say, I look good enough, I'm the best, all that, you're just looking at yourself in an egotistical way. If you look at yourself every day and see where you've gained muscle, you measure yourself, you measure your muscles, you can see where you've gained progress and see where you've regressed and see what you need to work on. And therefore, since you eliminate that ego from the equation, you're able to create more of an understanding on your specific demands and needs within the gym. I like to say this to a lot to people. The more you think you understand about the gym, the less you actually know. Do this and that exercise because it's the best, most optimal one, when in reality, it's not about the actual exercises you do, but the amount of linear progress you can make. And a saying goes, progression is everything. So if you're not thinking about it in terms of objective numbers, metrics that you can track, and you're just thinking about it in a way of how much fluff can I add, how fast can I do the workout, make the workout more simple, but analyze yourself and reflect on your own progress in a complex way. Being able to truly understand that these mechanisms are an action where you can take to increase your progression. Like, if you are already in a calorie deficit, if you're already doing progressive overload, then what can you do to multiply these things? Well, caloric deficit, you increase your nutrients, and you don't think of it just as a caloric deficit, because if you go too far in a caloric deficit or a caloric surplus, then you either become super insulin resistant, your hormones get destroyed, all that. So it's not just black and white, even progressive overload, because to a certain extent, you're not going to be able to do 2.5 kilo plates on the bench each and every time. So then you're going to have to change something. You're going to have to change a variable, which may seem scary at first, but that's just how the gym goes. It's about adaptability and evolution. In one's ability to change directly correlates to their progression. As soon as you hit the roadblock, it's just like about analyzing what you can do and how you can alter the movements, how you can progress past your previous limitations. Because what you were doing before is now not working for you now because of your level, because you've reached a higher level than you were. If you're currently struggling on increasing your strength, maybe you need to increase your size. Maybe you're not big enough. Maybe your body is not capable currently at its current weight to lift that certain weight. But if you increase your weight, then you can get stronger and lift that certain weight. And now, for applying my analogy of not thinking about it in black and white, you don't want to just be fat. You want that to be muscle. You want that to be quality weight, because the more quality weight, the more muscle, the stronger you become, the better looking you are, the closer you get to your goals. Keeping it realistic and not actually trying to achieve an arbitrary number and just saying to yourself, can I keep this progression over this amount of time and sustain it, is more important than actually setting a number or a goal and saying, I'm going to achieve that. Because once you don't achieve that, you're going to not want to go to the gym. You're going to not have pride in yourself and what you've achieved. So therefore, if you actually stick to a routine and you say to yourself, yep, I'm going to eat this many calories today, I'm going to eat this many calories tomorrow, and etc., and on, if you follow that, it's going to lead to the goal in the end, but it's not going to make you sad if you don't achieve the goal, setting realistic expectations. But yeah, this is how I set my goals in the gym. This is how I've done it all the time. If I knew something wasn't working for me, I would analyze and I would readjust the amount of reps, the amount of weight, the amount of sets. I would try to change one variable. I wouldn't change too many variables at once, because then you wouldn't actually be able to track exactly what's making the change, if it's positive or negative. But being able to understand that there's a correlation between your negative changes, your positive changes, or if you're having no changes at all, is probably the most important thing you can have to understanding your progression in the gym. So I achieved a 135 kilogram bench at 18 years old because I applied these principles to my own training. And maybe it might not work for you, because obviously everyone's training is different. Everyone has a different stimuli to their muscles and etc. But I feel like there's a general consensus of everyone attending the gym. There is a general consensus that everyone must adapt at a certain point. And that's exactly what I had to do. So yeah. So if you guys enjoyed the video, want to see more, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and as always, peace.